I've been to lots of places. When I was a child, I went to Israel several times and Jamaica. And then as I grew older, I've been all over Europe, Switzerland, Sweden. Actually, no, I've been to Switzerland, France, Paris and the south of France and the countryside, Spain, southern Spain, which was absolutely beautiful, London, Germany, Munich and Hamburg, the Bahamas, all over the States, South America to Ecuador. So I've done some traveling, yeah. Canada, woohoo. Every country has its thing. Morocco too. But you know, the funny thing about my traveling is that I have really horrendous experiences when I travel, and yet I still insist on traveling. I loved Ecuador. Quito I found a little depressing, but the cloud forest was so beautiful. But at the same time, I arrived in the jungle, in the rainforest, and from the moment I arrived was when the parasite that I had apparently swallowed at some point in Quito decided to make itself known. So I spent my time in Quito with Indian women putting lemons on my head to suck this fever out. Like, you know, Morocco was beautiful, but it was off season. We were bombing Kuwait. It was Ramadan. Nobody was eating during the day, and I was the only tourist and the only credit card around. So I was literally, there were fistfights over me in Morocco. I somehow ended up in a bordello my first night there. It was really a trip. It was a very, very strange experience. Spain, southern Spain is absolutely stunning. When I was in southern Spain, it was this time of the year where El Invierno comes. It's this wind, this insane wind that blows through southern Spain and topples cars and the roofs of churches, and people go flying. And as the wind got stronger and stronger, I was with my old friend, like things got more and more tense in the house, and power's going out, and it all led up to New Year's Eve. I don't remember what year, but the power went completely out before New Year's Eve hit. And then we went to some party. It was pitch black, and at 5 of 12, the power came back on, and it was like somebody literally had left the needle on a record on the record player, and it was like all of a sudden the world had begun again and the wind had ended. It was very strange. France, Paris is absolutely beautiful. I've been there several times, and I've been traveled down in the cliffs of Nice and down into Cap d'Antibes, and it's just stunning, absolutely stunning. And Libourne is beautiful in the lavender fields. There's just so many wonderful places to see. In England, I went to a wedding in Dorset, on the cliffs of Dorset, in a church or a chapel that's 1,000 years old, that has graffiti from the 1600s. It was amazing. There's lots to see out there. Yeah, there's plenty more. Italy, I arrived in Firenze and got robbed the minute I got there. And I had to survive for a week with 80 euros. I won't even get into how. And then, yeah. And yet I insist on leaving the country. Some fascinating psychology in that. I read all along the way, yeah. I think there's a lot of universal themes in this show. Some are more controversial than others. We've just started working on a piece about involving, what is the word I'm looking for when you get injections, measles shots and mumps shots and vaccinations. Okay, yeah. I think there are a lot of universal subjects that this show covers, and some will be more controversial than others. We are doing right now an episode involving vaccinations and whether or not kids should be vaccinated. And the people on this show feel very strongly they should be, and there are a lot of people out there that feel the opposite. I think it will stimulate conversation and thoughts and ideas. I think it's a smart show, and there's intelligent people all over the world. I don't think it's painfully American. I think it's just human. It's a human show.